Hello everyone, welcome back to Be the Sunshine. I am here today for multiple reasons. I'm excited to be back in front of the camera again, and I'm going to be sharing my thoughts on a recent trip to Walt Disney World that I had. I just got back about a week ago. My thoughts on the safety and how it felt to be there after over a year of not going because of the pandemic and all of that sort of thing. And I'm also doing a little daily vlog for you guys because I haven't done that, and I've been having some people asking me when I'm going to be doing it, so I thought I would share a little bit of our day today, even though the day's almost over. I think it's 3 o'clock already. So before we get started, if you're new here, my name's Brigette. You can call me B, and I am very multi-passionate, and this channel reflects that a lot. I am super passionate about all things Walt Disney World. Love traveling to Walt Disney World and vlogging those trips and talking about Disney World when I'm not there. I also do some daily vlogging of our family life here in Georgia. So also, in addition to those two things, my other passion is spirituality, mindfulness, meditation, law of attraction, all of that sort of thing. So you may have noticed that I have been posting some guided meditation videos and some mindfulness stuff, so I will be including more of that as we go on as well. So if you like any of those things or all of those things and you feel so inclined, go ahead and hit the subscribe button right now and join me on my adventures. So I thought today would be a good day to vlog because we're having kind of a little party today, so there's something more interesting going on than the usual. Okay, so let's talk about Disney for a minute. So, as you know, we chose not to go to Disney World during the pandemic once they reopened, mostly because of trying to keep Grammy safe and not get exposed. I'm also high risk. So, we haven't been in over a year. I think it was the beginning of February of 2020 when we went the last time. Now that we're all vaccinated, almost all vaccinated, I feel more comfortable with going. I feel like as an overall safety thing, I feel like they do a wonderful job. I mean, you know, Disney is all about safety to begin with, so of course they have gone above and beyond with the measures they've taken to try to keep people safe when they're there. And as long as people follow the rules, it seems to be working well for them. So I would have liked to have gone sooner, but I just felt like we needed to wait until we were vaccinated. So time to make the antipasti. Should be tasty. So we're having this little party for a very funny reason. Grammy was reading something and she read something about this Vinsanto dessert wine that you dip biscotti in. And from that, she got the dessert wine and the biscotti and decided to have a whole meal and party based around this Vinsanto wine and biscotti. Also, just to let you know, Kate and Chelsea are here visiting from New York, and my aunt is also coming to the party tonight. And just so you know, we're all vaccinated, except for Lily. So just for a little overview of the trip that I was on, I stayed in 2 hotels. One was a Disney hotel, one was not a Disney hotel. Stayed in Animal Kingdom Lodge, Jumbo House, and the Dolphin. Which I guess technically, it's on Disney property, but it, you know, it's not a Disney hotel. And went to all of the parks, used monorail and buses, and ate in several restaurants, rode some rides. So I got an overall idea of how everything works. It's time for dinner. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Becca Louise. Becca's getting into trouble. Becca! No, 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 no. What do you say, Marmy? What do you say? Can I have some too?
La Festa di Italiano. Sorry.
You just panned over me.
I skipped you.
You didn't skip me.
Salute.
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 This is the whole reason we're having this dinner right here. Because of this. It's the whole reason. Well, that was super tasty. Hello, Maddie. What you doing?
I need your phone.
For what?
Chelsea hid my phone again.
Well, what are you gonna do with my phone?
Call my phone.
Okay. Alright, so dinner was really good. The Vincento was really good. Really strong. Really strong. Especially when you dip the biscotti in, and I'm not so sure I like that so much. But now we have to play Among Us, the new updated version. So let's go do that. Hey, what happened? The server closed the room. Oh, Marmy, was it you? Was it you, Marmy?
Are we waiting for anyone? Maddie, it might have downloaded. Confused. Mom, are you in?
Mm-hmm.
Who's not in? Oh, right. Okay. I'm signed in. I'll punch you in your braces. What is the code? Just WKLLMF.
My screen went blank.
It's loading.
Oh, I dropped it. It's gone. Oh my god, it's gone.
Oh, what? Do you see the Brig Records cargo bay?
Do we have to click one? Yeah, am I supposed to click something?
I see Brig.
I clicked Brig.
I clicked cargo.
I didn't
bay.
click anything.
Oh, it's where you spawn.
Oh.
I'm dead. So let's talk about transportation for a minute and all the amazing things they've done to change the transportation and how I wish they would keep them after the pandemic's over. On the buses, there are numbers on the seats, and they're in like groups of 3 or 4, randomly 2 sometimes. If there's a line to get on the bus, like if you're leaving the park and there's a line to get on the bus driver comes out with a checklist, asks how many are in your party, and tells you what number to sit in. And they're separated by dividers. I'll show some video in here. Each section is separated by dividers, and there's no standing on the buses. They're just in the specific seats, and it's amazing. So if you're not, like when we left our hotel, there was never any line, so we would just sit wherever we wanted to. They didn't tell us where to sit. We could sit wherever we wanted, but when you're leaving the parks, it was really cool. No crowding 5 million people onto a bus. That was really nice. And on the monorails, it's the same way. Crowding on the monorails, they're all divided. They're divided into like sections of 2, I guess, maybe. And if there's a big crowd, like when we're leaving Magic Kingdom, they told us where to go, like which which door to go in and what number to sit at, and they tell everyone to do that. But then another time when I got on the monorail, it was just, I could go wherever I wanted and sit where I wanted, but it's still all divided, and it's really neat, and I like it. I really, really hope that they don't go back to packing buses full of people, although I imagine they will have to at some point. But yeah, I thought it was really great. So today, we're having a little, if you don't know, it's a different day. But today we're having a Mexican Fiesta. So I guess it's International Week here. And all the sissies are doing the cooking today. Or is it just Chelsea?
I have a sous chef.
How's the cooking going, Chelsea?
The cooking is going great. My sous chef has gone rogue, and so we are here stranded without chili powder, and the whole recipe really hinges on it, so it's kind of all gonna fall apart unless... So we don't need nutmeg, we needed chili powder. Now, get me the chili powder.
Oh, tequila.
Yeah, when's my shot? My mistake.
Your mistake indeed. I swear to God, Maddie.
Oh my gosh, you guys, it is so cold today. I had to wrap up in I don't know what you call this. It's a shawl. It's actually like a sweater, kind of, but it's like, I don't know what it is. A wrap, a shawl. So the first hotel that I stayed at was Animal Kingdom Lodge Jumbo House. If you don't know already, that's the main hotel of the whole Animal Kingdom Lodge. There's also Kidani Village, which is the DVC. And for the deluxe resorts, right now, DVC is pretty much all that's open. But there are like somewhere between 80 and 100 DVC rooms in Jumbo House. So that was the only part of Jumbo House that was open. Those DVC rooms all on the 5th floor. Nothing else in Jumbo House was open. And it was kind of eerie. It was very clean. I felt very comfortable there. I did bring Clorox wipes and Lysol with me just in case I didn't feel like it was clean enough, but it was very clean. There's a whole checklist in the room of everything that they do to make sure it's clean. They got rid of like throw pillows. They got rid of those little colorful things that go on the ends of the bed. I don't know what they're called, but anything like extra was not in the room. That just couldn't be cleaned and sanitized. Everything was very clean. And in the lobby even, there was like a woman who was just going around cleaning the whole time in the lobby, and there's nobody in the lobby, so she must have been very bored. I kind of felt bad for her. I think at the most you'd see like one other family in the lobby. It was so quiet there. The animals were still there. That was nice. So we still saw lots of giraffes and zebras and deer and all the little animals that are out there on the savannah. It was really sad seeing the big gift shop. The gift shop in Jumbo House is like one of my favorite gift shops on Disney property, and it was closed. But not only was it closed, if you looked in the windows, it was completely empty. There was nothing in there. It was so sad to see that. The only restaurant open at Animal Kingdom Lodge was Sanaa, which is over in Kidani Village, and couldn't get a reservation there. It's so busy. And I think the quick service at Jumbo House was open only for breakfast for like 3 or 4 hours every morning. The pool bar was open while we were there, and the pool was open, but that was basically it.
No.
But overall, it was really nice. It's nice staying in such a quiet hotel, so I didn't mind that. I would have liked to have had a Savannah view to be able to see the animals more. We had a pool view, which was fine, and it was nice. It wasn't a parking lot, but it was, it would have been nice to be able to see the animals a little more, I think. But overall, it felt very clean. Everything they did, I felt very comfortable staying there. I didn't break out my Lysol or anything like that, so that was good. The other hotel that I stayed at was the Dolphin, and that was just for one night, for the last night. And that one I did Lysol. It's owned by Sheraton, Marriott, I guess now. But that one, it was clean, but I still felt like I needed to Lysol. It definitely did not have that Disney touch to it, and you could tell the difference between the Disney hotel and, even though it's still on property, and the Dolphin. Lots of cooking going on here in the kitchen. How's it going, Chelsea?
Very nicely. The meat is mwah. The corn is ready. I'm just about to cut it off. Maddie's sauce is so good. And the chorizo is stupendous. We could open a restaurant at this point.
I believe you have.
Marmy, are you ready?
Whoa, careful, Marmy. Careful, Marmy.
Are you ready, Marmy? What do you think, Marmy? I just want to say that I found the mask wearing in Disney World to be very easy to do. And they were very on top of it, making sure that everyone was wearing their masks properly. If someone had it down, you saw someone, cast member, come over immediately and tell them to fix it. Even little kids, they're very nice about it. And I have no problem wearing a mask, though. So I think we should always wear masks forever. I actually like it, so that's just my weirdness. Well, that was a fun time. All the girls worked together to make us a lovely Mexican dinner. We still have dessert to go. Had lots of margaritas and lots of food. Stuffed. We're actually gonna take a little break, a little siesta, before we have dessert. Whew. It's fun having all the girls here. Just missing Michael. So, I just wanted to stop for a minute and tell you a bit about the parks. Parks were magical as always. Of course, there's lots of things that they're not doing, parades and fireworks and things like that. I thought that they really did a good job with keeping people distanced. There were a few spots that would get crowded, you know, the typical areas that get crowded, like in Magic Kingdom near Peter Pan and Small World and stuff like that. But overall, it was extra crowded because it was spring break week. So there were some crowds, but you were able to maintain distance from people. And the lines were insane for the rides. They looked insane. The waits, there were some rides with some really, really long wait times. I think we waited 50 minutes for Dinosaur first thing in the morning. Not really first thing in the morning, but early in the day. And it said it was a 70-minute wait, so that was pretty long. And because of the distancing of people, they wrap around in all crazy places, and the lines just seem to go on forever. But they move fast, because when people move, they move a lot, not just like one spot. Then one spot, it's like you move a whole bunch, especially for Dinosaur when they're loading like a bunch of people at once. And they don't have pre-shows on the rides, which kind of keeps it moving through. So that helped. I think there was one day in Magic Kingdom, but it said the wait was 40 minutes for Big Thunder Mountain, and the line was all the way down by the exit of Splash Mountain, and it was only a 10-minute wait. But for the most part, the rest of the trip, the waits were pretty accurate. They weren't half of what they said they were. which is what I was expecting them to be, because that's what was happening before, but it was because of it being spring break and it being so crowded. The wait times were pretty spot on. Still not as long as they usually get, especially for Flight of Passage. That never got like 4 hours or anything like that. I think 90 minutes was the highest I saw that. People seem to be really conscientious about keeping distance as well. I didn't feel like people were coming up real close to me in line. They were kind of staying to where the markers were and being conscientious of other people and all of that, so that was good. I didn't really see a lot of people who didn't follow the rules. Few people with their mask, maybe their nose out of their mask, but most people seem to be following the rules and not having a problem with it. The one thing that was an issue in the parks in Epcot, when you're eating or drinking around the world, especially with drinks, because I feel like when you get something to eat, you go find a table and you stand there and you eat it. And they have way more tables out now than they usually do around World Showcase and the Flower and Garden Festival is going on. So there's way more tables out. There are people going around and cleaning tables when people leave. And the issue though was when you get a drink. Like if I get my Grand Marnier slush in France, I like to walk on to Morocco while I'm drinking it, and you just can't do that. You have to sit down somewhere in France and drink the whole thing down before you can move on, or just carry it and not drink it. So that was weird. It wasn't annoying or bad, it was just weird, because I'm used to just like walking and carrying a drink and drinking it as you go, and you just couldn't do that at all. So that was kind of strange to have to just stop and drink the whole drink before moving on. A minor inconvenience, really. There weren't a lot of characters out. I didn't see a lot of characters. The most characters I saw was actually in Animal Kingdom, because we went to the Nomad Lounge and they were floating by. We were outside right by the river where they float by, so I saw a lot of characters there. Only saw Tinkerbell in Magic Kingdom. I only saw Winnie the Pooh in Epcot. No, Mary Poppins was in Epcot, but I didn't stop and see her. Oh, and then in Hollywood Studios there was a little pop-up parade. I didn't see any like cavalcades in Magic Kingdom when I was there, except for it was just Tinkerbell on a float that went by. And Hollywood Studios was the worst, but you know I don't like Hollywood Studios anyway. Going into Star Wars Land, Galaxy's Edge, it was just like lines for everything. So many people. Like you couldn't even like walk through the little shop area. You had to wait online to walk through the shop area. So that was kind of pointless if you don't have, we went after 2 for park hopping. So we didn't have a Rise of the Resistance pass, so there was really no point in going there because everything had long waits and long lines, even the shopping and the food. And so that was kind of a bummer. Toy Story Land was packed with people. But we did see a little parade go through there. And if I filmed it the right way, I will put it in here for you to see. A little pop-up parade that lasts like 2 minutes. Just long enough for a few people to stop where they are and watch it and then disperse again. Which is a good way to do it, really. Was it magical? Yeah, it was still magical. Would I go if I'd never been before? Not now. I still hold that belief. If you've never been, or this is your once-in-a-lifetime trip, wait until everything's back to normal, because there's so much that's not happening right now. So it's magical for people who go frequently, because we don't need all those things every single time. We are piled in the car, all headed to Krispy Kreme to get our free donuts. Woo! Woo! Just one of the many benefits of being vaccinated for COVID. You're in line at the
She
drive-thru
likes to be in them.
of Krispy Kreme. Just waiting for our turn for our free donuts. Here's Kate and Madison's asleep, but she can't wait to get her donut. And there we are. There it is. We're so close. Oh, Maddie woke up.
She wasn't asleep. Because our lead always changes it because nobody participates if he does the real lesson. And it was to force yourself to laugh in silence.
Can you show us?
No, we didn't do it.
How do you laugh in silence? By force.
I don't know.
Like you're just all sitting there in silence and then you just go.
Yeah, like pretty much. It was like,
Oh wait, you're allowed to make noise laughing? I thought you had to silently laugh. Like how would they know if you're doing it or
Like to
not?
break the silence, you just start laughing.
no, it was like, you know, like to just like force yourself to laugh. But it was like just in the classroom sitting there. Just for fun.
Did you do it?
Our class did not do the lesson.
Why not? How do you know that other people did it?
Because,
He told you what the lesson was and then said we're not doing it.
yeah.
I would get free donuts on Talk Like a Pirate Day. They give you a whole dozen donuts free if you dress like a pirate and show up there dressed as a pirate.
Wait, so I get one donut for going through being vaccinated, but if I talk like a pirate,
Talking like a pirate, you get one free donut. If you dress like a pirate,
So what do you have to do
get-
vaccine-wise to get the dozen?
you get a dozen.
Dress
get
like
a
a
dozen
vaccine.
dress like
They're hot off the presses. Have you had a hot Krispy Kreme before?
The 6 vaccination cards.
What did he say?
oh my gosh, okay.
Did he think we were lying?
He's probably just like, oh, there's 4 of you in the back seat of a car that doesn't hold 4 people in the back seat.
Maybe you're saying, oh my god, to Chelsea's vaccination card.
Hey, whoa.
I'm like,
I didn't come in my own car to be attacked.
So do we know why Maddie's in the front? Why that was the choice that was made?
She got there first.
awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Yay! Donuts! Let's see them! Let's see them! Woo! Free donuts.
Gonna break.
Take one.
Get a donut.
Oh my god, they're warm. It's so good.
Go ahead, Chelsea.
All right, everybody ready to hold yours up for the photo?
Ooh.
Does Lily have one?
Yes.
Warm. Warm, hot off the presses. Yummy. The last thing I want to talk about from the trip is the food. Everything was super safe still as far as food goes. Tables were cleaned constantly. Everything was separated really well. Tables were separated from each other at sit-down restaurants. The only thing was the lack of restaurants available to eat at, especially sit-down restaurants. We did learn from some people, from some cast members, reasons why certain restaurants were not reopening, such as space in the kitchen for all the people who need to be there, and the layout affecting how many people could be there compared to how many people need to work there and stuff like that. So hopefully now with people getting vaccinated, a lot more restaurants will be able to open up soon. Hopefully cast members will be getting vaccinated soon and everything. The lack of sit-down restaurants was a little rough. Also, there wasn't a lot of availability for reservations because there were so few open. So a lot more open now than originally when they originally reopened, but still it wasn't as many. And I feel like breakfast was the hardest. So if you're gonna go, maybe plan for breakfast in your room or make reservations for breakfast at 60 days in advance. And the other thing was the mobile ordering. So make sure that you have the My Disney Experience app so that you can do mobile ordering for quick service restaurants. A lot of them were not even letting you in the restaurant unless you did a mobile order first. I know we had 2 experiences with that. Specifically in Animal Kingdom, Restaurantosaurus would not let us in the restaurant until we made our mobile order, but then once we made the order, we could go in, find a table, and sit down and wait for it to be ready. Satuli Canteen over in Pandora, you could not even go in the restaurant until your order was ready. And you also want to make sure that you order your food well in advance. So if you're doing like mobile order for lunch, don't wait till you're ready to eat to do the mobile order. Do it an hour or two before, because it was about an hour to an hour and a half wait, the times available for when we were doing mobile ordering. So, especially for lunch. That's my tip for mobile ordering, especially if you're there during a busy time. I think that covers everything in the trip. Overall, safety-wise, I felt extremely safe being there. I felt like they went above and beyond to make sure that people visiting and cast members are safe. They did great with the social distancing, the mask wearing. I did not find the mask wearing annoying. It wasn't extremely hot. It was probably like 75 to 80 most days when I was there. I would definitely go back. And plus, being vaccinated really helped me to feel more at ease being there. But probably could have gone before being vaccinated and still would have been fine, because they really did a good job. Alright, so that's my vlog and perspective on Walt Disney World during the pandemic. I hope you guys enjoyed this, our little fun week with Kate and Chelsea visiting. I will see you again real soon. Remember, if you can't find the sunshine, be the sunshine. Bye!